Look at this forest and its amazing diversity of life. But all of these vastly different organisms have one thing in common: DNA. You can think of DNA like the blueprint of a car. A car's blueprint dictates what the car looks like and how it works. Similarly, DNA is in every living thing and controls everything about us, from what we look like to how our bodies function. But everyone's DNA is not the same. For example, these people have different color eyes and hair because of differences in their DNA. We can also find variety like this in a tree. The black cottonwood tree. The black cottonwood tree stands up to 40 meters tall and is the fastest growing deciduous tree in North America. Differences in DNA cause huge variations in black cottonwood trees. This is called genetic diversity. Because of the wide genetic diversity seen in the black cottonwood trees, researchers see huge potential in harvesting the carbon stored in this tree to produce ethanol. Fuel produced from living organisms such as these black cottonwood trees is called biofuel. Dr. Armando Garaldes of the Biodiversity Research Center at UBC studies the black cottonwood tree and its genetic diversity. So what makes these trees such a good candidate for producing biofuel?
It grows so fast, and unlike for instance corn, where you need to use land that's being used to produce food, these trees grow in marginal habitats, so in marginal soil. So you don't need to be fertilizing them, and they grow really, really fast, so they produce a lot of carbon that we then.
Because of their adaptability to various conditions, the black cottonwood tree has a wide distribution in North America.
It's distributed along the coast all the way from California to Alaska. And you can imagine that, the climate and the topography and the soil is so different in that really large latitudinal range.
These differences in geography and habitat lead to a lot of genetic diversity between the different populations of black cottonwood trees in North America. By studying these variations, researchers can discover the genetic combination that will result in optimal tree growth in particular conditions.
If we figure out, which genetic variants, are responsible for different growth rates, for instance, then, we can make crosses, we can cross trees, in a way as to produce a progeny that will be faster growing. So domesticating rice, for instance, or wheat, it's taken thousands of years, right? And it wasn't a directed process. But if we're able, through understanding the function of these different genetic variants, be able to predict, the phenotype of the tree, then we can use that, in breeding programs to try to improve popular varieties so that they grow faster, that they're resistant to pests.
By understanding the differences in genes that are important for producing biofuels, black cottonwood species can be domesticated much more quickly and effectively.
Being able to understand the genetic architecture of these different traits that are important for ethanol production will allow us to very quickly domesticate a species, while if we use traditional methods of domestication like we've used for so many plants and animals, it could take us hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, and we don't have that time to wait around, right? Because we need alternative sources of fuel fast, right? So this is a way in which science, can help us do better and faster. Something that we've been doing, not intentionally, or not in a guided way like this for thousands of years, right?
In the near future, Dr. Graldis' research in understanding the genetic diversity in genes of the black cottonwood tree that are important to maximum production of biofuel could help us to produce large amounts of much-needed clean and renewable fuel.